Jenny McCarthy Show.
Hello, my Chicago friend. Sit down. Yes,
How are you?
I'm on there. How are you? It's very loose. It's very whatever here.
Hi, Jenny.
How are you?
I'm a big bowl of wonderful.
You really are a bowl of wonderful. You know, when I
so
saw your
happy.
name on the list, I went, God, I love that fucking guy last time I was here.
Look at you in your bikini. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I don't want to look at myself in my bikini anymore.
By the way, don't do that. Can I tell you something?
Yeah, please.
As someone who loves women,
Yeah?
you're better looking now than you've ever been.
Oh, my God. Thank you for
are.
saying that.
You're a beautiful woman.
You know what? I'm learning to say thank
By the way, that's the only thing you can
you.
say. And you know what the hardest? Here's something I've learned at my age. The only thing I know is to be kind to yourself. I know nothing else.
You're right.
Truly. And that's also the hardest thing.
It's
so I
hard.
empathize. I empathize. But you're a beautiful woman and embrace that. And you're a delight.
Thank you. You
You're
know what?
welcome.
I that is my biggest flaw that I have to work on is self-criticism, even though this interview is not about me. But
By the way, let's make it about you. By the way, forget an interview. Let's have a conversation.
well, I'm PMSing right now. Just
are
to
you
let
really
you know.
though?
And when I PMS, I self-criticize. I think I'm fat, and I eat
By
a
the
lot.
way, I can't even know what that feels like.
I know, right?
Because I'm a man.
You know what? You can. And I'll tell you. I'll describe it.
Okay.
Imagine feeling jet lagged. I'm sure you know what that feels like. coming
Okay,
from overseas.
yes.
Jet lagged, and you haven't been fed in 2 days.
Oh, so it's every day for me.
You're starving, and you're tired, and you're just
No, it's horrible.
horrible.
Big bowl of horrible.
Yeah, I know, but at least it makes me practice being nice, extra nice to people, because I have to work really hard at
You
it.
have to overcompensate.
Such a bitch.
Yeah.
Jeff Garlin, you guys, he's on the Goldbergs Wednesday nights. Of course, you guys know that at 8 p.m. at ABC. Also, Caroline's on Broadway this weekend. Tickets at carolines.com. Which one do you love more? Is there a love of either one? that you
I
love?
prefer the most joyous thing that I do is without a doubt stand up. And then, by the way, I don't need the money to play. I mean, they got to pay me,
Right.
Although they don't. I mean, I would go in and do a set. No, they know that. You know what I mean? I love stand up and I love Caroline's. I'm also at a point, where I say you got to be kind to yourself. I'm also at a point where I only do things now if they bring me joy.
Yeah.
Isn't
that a gift?
It is a gift.
That's a privilege.
And so doing stand up, joyful.
And is that because you get the instant gratification of an interaction with the live audience?
Yeah, there's no hesitation.
Right.
It's boom, right there.
Because acting, what people don't know is you sit in a fucking trailer and you're sitting there half the day waiting
It
to
can
do
be
something
that, yeah.
that you don't really. I mean, you did Curb Your Enthusiasm, so you had a lot of improv, and that had to be exciting.
No, we just wrapped. That is joyful. That is a delight.
Yes.
But regular acting, it all depends on what you're doing. You're at the mercy how good your director is, how good the writing is, how good the producer is. So, but if those things are right, it's delightful,
Right.
but still not as good as stand-up.
And stand-up, you're just on your own.
I also love writing.
Yeah, that's fun too.
Oh, God, I love writing.
But I mean, stand-up to me is the most vulnerable job you could have.
You do put yourself out there. And I also improvise my stand-up.
You do?
So generally I walk out on stage and I have no idea what I'm even going to talk
Come
about.
on!
I walk out on stage to a different song, and that song, as I'm walking to the stage, might make me, I'll talk about the song, what the song means to me, and that'll usually lead me to something, which leads me to something else, which leads me to something
That's
else.
fucking unreal that you can do. I don't know many comedians that do that.
Most of my peers do not do that. But, a lot of them are more successful than I am. So I'm not saying.
So if people follow you and your stand-up, they're pretty
Yeah.
much going to get a different show.
Most of the time, if you see me over a course of a weekend somewhere, it's a different show every time.
I was looking at your IMDb, and I was like, usually I scroll like a few times. I did a never-ending scroll this morning of the amount of work that you've done. I was like, wow. I mean, I know you've done a lot, but I didn't realize the volume.
Yes.
Have you looked at it lately?
I don't look at it.
Ever?
No. As a matter of fact, my Wikipedia, my IMDb, I encourage people, put whatever you want there. I don't care. I don't care. Yeah. And I've said that. I was on the Daily Show with Jon Stewart, and I said, please write what you want,
And you don't
People
even know.
did.
Yeah.
Tons of stuff.
Oh, shit.
That I studied international law. I was a classical pianist. And then John said that someone should put that I was killed by a mountain goat. And someone did. Yep.
I always found it so fascinating that Wikipedia is by the people.
Yes.
But you have to have like a certain number of like hats or something. I don't even know
Well,
what the
by
fuck
the
it
way,
is.
and the people who look out for your page are tough. Like I've had to argue with someone once because I didn't like I hated, use the word, the picture that they were using. And every time I would change it, or I'd have my publicist change it, this person would change it back. And then finally I wrote them a nice note directly, and they're like, oh, okay.
Isn't that unbelievable? You know what it is? It's all about control.
It is. Well, dig this. You know the store Supreme here in New York? They're in New York, L.A. It's like, it's a hipster fashion place, whatever.
Oh, okay.
So a couple of days ago, I just gotten to New York. I went out of my hotel. I didn't realize that it was going to be as cold as it was. I had a jacket and stuff back at the hotel. But as I'm walking out, I was like, I got to get a sweatshirt. So I approach this place, and the guy says to me outside, you got to stand in line. I look in the store. It's pretty empty. I stand in line with like 6 other people. And then the guy from the inside goes, oh, we got room for 8 more. And then the guy on the outside goes, I don't know if I want to send in 8 more. It was like a complete power trip.
What the fuck?
I know. Then when I get inside, I say to the manager, do you just treat people poorly and they think that poorly of themselves that they'll buy stuff? He goes, yes.
Oh, my God.
Then
maybe
so I'm spreading the word on Supreme.
Maybe
a lot of your listeners, do you guys know what Supreme is? Yeah.
Is it expensive?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But it's like cool person
You know
stuff.
what? This is like the clubs in New York. When I first moved here, I was like, why are there 800 people outside and no one inside?
Oh, that's what they do.
It's the appearance, yes.
It's the appearance, yes.
They want people to see the line and go inside.
Yes.
And this shit's very expensive. Is that what you're wearing today?
No, I forgot. This is from Chicago.
I do like the hat.
Yeah, that's a Chicago Cubs hat.
I know, I love
from
it.
1926. It just came out.
It's so
I was at
cool.
opening day.
You were? I was going to ask if you were there recently.
I'm filming a reality show with Tom Morello and Vince Vaughn.
Holy shit.
That I have no idea what it's going to be on. It's all paid for. I don't know what channel or what thing it's going to be on, and I don't know what it's about. But I can tell you it's really funny, and we filmed the first part of it, and it's really good.
Oh, my God. Was it? You don't even know if it's Netflix or anything yet?
I know nothing. Not because I'm not told. We don't know.
So let me ask you this, and then this is more of an insider business question, but it's for me.
Yeah.
How do you get away, or do you just have a really good agent, with being able to be on multiple different shows? Because normally you can't do that.
Yes, but first off, I don't care what they say. and they'll say, what if we sue you? I go, sue me and let's see what happens. But also, here's the thing. So Curb went off the air for a while. And when it did, I got offered the Goldbergs. So they said, would you want to do this? And I thought it was a good role for me and it'd be fun. And it turned out to be a great role and very, very popular. But my one caveat was, if Curb comes back, I need to be allowed to do it. Now, all the people at the studio and the network, the lawyers, are fans of Curb. So they didn't want to say no.
Oh, my God.
So I got a yes because they love the show.
You know how lucky you are?
I do because they don't allow that.
Your sons are older now, right?
They're one just turned 23, one's turning 19 tomorrow. He's with me in New York, and I'm madly in love with them.
Oh, and are they following your footsteps or are they on their own?
The older one, believe it or not, I'm trying to get him to be a comedic actor. Larry David thinks he's the funniest dude ever. He's been on Curb. He's been on the Goldbergs. But 23-year-olds are not motivated.
No.
So
they're not.
I'm trying, because I said, do what you're great at. I tell people, I swear I say this in my stand-up, don't follow your dreams unless your dreams are what you're great at.
That's really great advice.
Because it's better to be a successful accountant who loves singing than it is trying to make it as a singer and you're not quite good enough and you're tortured.
You're 100% right.
Right, So
what about the 19-year-old?
The 19-year-old wants to get into fashion, and he's great at that. So I encourage him. He just graduated high school last year, and he's enjoying a gap year, and which will lead to a gap life. And the older boy is enjoying his gap life.
How do you make sure? Because we're all raising teenagers right now. But how do you make sure you didn't enable them or you weren't a helicopter?
I talk to them. I respect them. I'm truthful and I'm loving, and I do the best I can.
Did they ever go through a period of going, "You're so embarrassing"?
Well, period. When does that stop? You ask, when are they? By the way, you want to come to Dad's show? No. And this is at 19 and 23. It's like they are still terribly embarrassed.
You're
by
kidding.
Me. No.
I remember by 21, I was kind of over that.
No, they're still embarrassed by me.
Oh,
Yeah.
but they're secretly
They're not
proud.
impressed. Oh, they love me as a dad. I mean, in terms of me being their father, I have an aces relationship, but I embarrass them, and they're not remotely impressed with me.
Oh my God, they're so lucky to have you as their father.
Well, that's very kind of you to say.
It's true. It's true. And you raised them in L.A., right?
Yes, they're born in L.A., yeah.
Jesus, that's a hard place to raise
It's a hard
kids.
place, but I did it.
They came out okay.
Oh, they're both delightful young men who I love and I'm proud of.
And do you get them work, or do they get their work themselves?
Well, James, my older one, was a PA on Curb. I certainly said I want my son being a PA, but he's been that. He's done that for a couple
Well,
years.
at least you got him a PA job and
Right.
not, a lead acting role.
By the way, if I'm making a movie and I think my son's right, I wouldn't think
100%.
twice about casting him. But I don't push people. Here's the thing I tell about my son. Here's the thing. My older boy, not a big fan of nepotism. And I said, even if I use my connections to get you an opportunity, you still got to deliver.
Totally. 'Cause
So
that
why
only
not
goes so
use?
far.
I said, I wish my dad was a famous comedian because that would have made a lot of, I still would have had to prove myself.
Correct.
But it would have been fun.
Do they feel like they're trying to fight your shadow at all?
Yeah, I think, by the way, not only them, but every person, every kid my age that had famous parents, down to people I know's kids who I've talked to, everyone feels that.
Really?
Everyone feels that.
Oh, God.
You and your husband are well-known people.
Right.
That's a big thing.
I always wonder how it's going to psychologically affect them.
By the way, I don't know your children, but I would guess that it's not going to fuck them up. But I do think therapy is delightful.
Oh, yeah, I'm a
for
big
them.
believer in it.
Right? You know what I mean?
Weekly.
So I think that they should participate to grow as people, because that is a challenge, and it's a unique challenge. Very few people have famous parents, and that's a unique challenge.
That's 100% true.
Yeah.
I'm talking to Jeff Garlin, his show, The Goldbergs, Wednesday nights, 8 p.m. on ABC. Also, you guys, Caroline's on Broadway this weekend. You can get tickets at carolines.com. I mean, what else is going on in your life besides
I'm
working
getting
like crazy?
divorced.
You are?
Yeah. But you know what?
I want to say congratulations. 'cause
No,
I
but
was
it
like,
is congratulations. It's a new part of my life.
That's right.
I love my ex. She's the mother of my children. I show her nothing but great respect, but I also really do love her.
Yeah.
So
It's
it'll
so
be
nice
fun.
to hear because
It'll be fun.
I feel like they are new beginnings, even though
Always.
they're always tricky and difficult.
Tricky
but
and difficult.
There's like a rainbow on the other
Have
side.
you been
of it.
married?
Oh, yeah.
How many times?
I'm on my second marriage and my last marriage.
Well, that's love both. But by the way, you like me, I believe in marriage.
Yes.
I didn't leave my marriage to go around getting laid.
Right.
I left my marriage to have a substantial relationship
Correct.
that I want. You
yes.
know?
And I do believe people come in your life when they're supposed to, and then there's sands in the hourglass. The last sand drops, and you're supposed to find.
Right.
you
Well,
know.
I think your sand will come after you guys are dead.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm happy for you.
Yeah. Oh God.
That's delightful.
100%. I went 7 years in a marriage, and thank God. I think I stayed in too long, but whatever. And then I just stayed open to the possibility. You know.
I was married for 25 years.
Holy shit! No
Yeah.
wonder why you got a divorce.
But I believe in long term, but I think it rarely works.
Right.
But when it does, look at you.
Right.
Fantastic.
But I also think it works by getting married in your 40s.
Well, yeah,
Because
you know more. Yeah,
you
you're
know
better.
more. You're a better.
Yeah, no,
partner,
I'm a big bowl of believer of that.
right,
Yes.
and you
Big
don't
bowl
turn
of
into
believer. I never even said that before. That makes no sense. That's so weird.
and you don't turn into brother and sister. I feel
Big
like
bowl of believing.
Yes,
That's it.
there you go.
Yeah, brother and sister.
Yes.
Yeah, I know that can happen. Or a son.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yes.
One turns into a parent.
Yes.
But when that breathing irritates you and that chewing irritates you, uh-oh.
A big bowl of uh-oh. Now that one made sense to me.
You're really funny, Jeff. I could talk to you
Thank you.
forever. Congratulations. I hope I see you around Chicago shooting that thing.
Yeah.
And
I'm
watching
shooting
you.
my special the 11th and 12th of June in Chicago, Park West,
Nice.
which ironically where I got married. I was the first marriage to happen at Park
I have
West.
a feeling then that's going to be part of the special a little bit.
It is, but not negative.
Right.
Like I'm actually giving a toast at a wedding. So it's like, that's what my special is. And so it'll be about life love, marriage, children, all the things.
I love
but
it.
there's not going to be anything. I never. By the way, it makes me think back to when I was a younger comic, and I'd work with older comics who were divorced, and they go on stage and slam their exes, and everyone went, my ex way, and laugh, and I go, and now I look back and go, why would you do that?
Right.
Even as an artist, unless you're saying something that's really interesting and thoughtful, and also it's embarrassing to your children. I don't get it.
Say, if you have kids, it's
really
embarrassing. Tricky line.
And the last thing I want to do is get resentment or embarrassment from my children.
See, this is why people like you, I'm so happy that succeed.
Ah, you're a delight.
It's true.
Thank you.
You're just a good person and a talented motherfucker.
And by the way, for you to look so PMS, and look so beautiful while PMSing and be so delightful. Look at you. Can I hang around?
I'm in a Louis Vuitton moo right now.
But it looks good on you. And let me also say, can I hang around you when you're not, just to see? So here's the thing. I want to hang around you when you being as kind to me as you are now is effortless.
Oh, well, thank you. That's so sweet. I feel like I am on air, my original self. It's behind the scenes that I abuse that one.
Oh. Do you ever think of shaving the beard? Okay.
He's got a lot more issues than that.
Okay.
Jeff Garlin, will you take a picture with me?
Oh, yes,
of
course.
And then I would love to go to that special. Can I go?
Are you going to be in Chicago?
I want to be in the audience with my husband, yeah.
Good night, nurse. You're all over it, sister.
Good.
You have to dress like you're going to a wedding, though.
Oh, I'm done.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
I'll wear my bikini.
Look at you in your bikini. Thank you.
We'll be right back. Thanks, Jeff.
Jenny McCarthy Show. Oh!